Good morning, everyone. Today we're going to introduce you to the career of linguistics.
So, first of all, every language is very complex. We use language to communicate ideas, express feelings, emotions, or desires. So, linguistics is a scientific study of language. Linguistics can be studied by forms, meanings, and context. So, some areas of study there are phonology, which studies the sound system of languages, for example, or s. Then it comes morphology, which is how we form words like prefixes, suffixes. Then it's syntaxis, the sentence order, which is subject, verb, and predicate. Then semantics, that studies meanings of words and language. Structure, and last but not least, pragmatics, that studies the use of language in a certain context.
So there are many areas of specialization in linguistics. The first one is social linguistics, which is the relationship between society and language, basically how language influences society and society influences language. And then we have psycholinguistics, which studies all the psychological factors that enable us as humans to understand, use, and acquire language. We also have neurolinguistics, which is the relationship between language and the brain. Where is language stored in our brains, and what happens in our brain when we speak.
Then we have language policies, which are the political decision of language, which are official languages, and it's the way we see language versus dialect. And then it's ethnolinguistics, which is the relationship between a language with an ethnic group.
So one of the advantages of studying linguistics is that many different universities have a great linguistics program, but we chose to introduce you to two of them. So the first one is Massachusetts Institute of Technology, or the MIT, which studies syntax in generative grammar, which is basically the theory that humans are born with a language acquisition device, that is something in your brain that enables them to use, understand, and acquire language from a very early age. Well, one of the perks of the MIT is Noam Chomsky, which is basically the father of syntax in generative grammar, the theory. So, if you go to the MIT for linguistics, you are learning from the very best. However, we deemed appropriate to mention that only 3.5 of international students that apply to this university are admitted. On the other hand, we have the Max Planck Institutes. The Max Planck Institutes are a network of over 80 different schools, programs, universities, and institutes. And 5 of them are focused on linguistics. Although of these 5, 4 are in Germany and 1 is in the Netherlands. All the classes are taught in English for the wide range of international students and teachers. The focus of these institutes is developmental and anthropological linguistics. That is the relationship between language and evolution. Michael Tomasello is the co-director and a teacher of these institutes, and he is also one of the greatest linguists of this time. We also deemed interesting that 34.5% of all the staff are scientists and researchers, which means that the Max Planck Institute is a very active community.
So, which is the work demand for linguistics? 10.2% of linguistics are unemployed, but those who have a job, the most common places to work at is at academic place as a researchers or teachers with an 83%. Then it's 9% for private companies and 8% for governmental institutions like CEP.
So one of the advantages of being a linguist is that you can work anywhere you want, as long as it has a university or an editorial. One of the biggest jobs in the field of linguistics is as a researcher and teacher in a university. However, there are also different paths you can choose, such as being an editor in an editorial or supervise books and texts. For example, all textbooks must be supervised by a linguist in order to ensure that all the content is appropriate and well managed. So this is it. Any questions? Thank you very much.